So today we will discuss about the noise consideration. Okay, in active networks. So when you take the design of an amplifier, so once we done the stability, also we need to look into this noise consideration. So in any passive or active network, if you see, so generally in active networks this noise will be the most important thing we need to consider while the design process. Okay, so this consideration, so which will be ensure that in our any active network or an amplifier design, the system performance will be enhanced. So only whenever we take the consideration of this noise. Okay, so this existence of noise or the signal which will play very important role in any system, overall system design, or even in a single component like amplifier or even other components. Okay, so this noise, so generally it results in generally this noise will represent in terms of the random process. Okay, so that signal, the noise signal, generally it will in the form of random in nature. So this random nature of noise, so where what possibilities of the random nature of this noise which will generate in many classification or many other types. Okay, so what are all the random nature or what are all the types the noise can be generated, or that is the noise will going to generate in the system, so which is so classified in many forms. So the first one is the thermal vibration of the atoms. Okay, so due to the temperature variation, okay, so the thermal vibrations of the atoms or molecules. So these thermal vibrations of atoms, electrons or molecules, so in any component, so at any temperature, so that is what important, at any temperature. So this will produce us the noise. And also we have the charge flow. So when you take in the any system, so when there is a charge flow, you will be knowing that there is a current which generates. So that current will going to radiate some waves. So that waves which will, it may generate noise, or it may be useful to the other system, or it may be harm to the other system. So that's how it will also generate the noise, that is flow of charges or electrons. We can say flow of charges in a wire or even in the device. So this is also produces the noise. And also the emission of charges, so in the form of radiation also. Okay, so the emission of charges from the surface of any, like if you take the cathode or interface of or cathode surface or any other device interface, if the charges are emitting, so that will leads to some radiation, and that radiation probably it will give the noise. Okay, so that is also one of the source of the noise. And also the diode junctions. Okay, so diode or transistor junctions, so those also it will going to generate the noise. Okay, and also it will be the wave propagation in the air. So whenever it encounters the different medias, so whenever the wave propagating, it encounters two different media, there also there will be a change in the signal, so that will produce also the noise, that is wave propagation. Wave propagation in air. Okay, so that is also, so in air or atmosphere I can say. So generally whenever we take in any the radar signal which will receive in terms of the application wise, if you take the radar systems, okay, so there what will happen, so the signal will come through all from the atmosphere. So there it will be a rain, fog or something, even a different environment parameters will be there. So the wave should penetrate all those things, and it should reach to the receiver. So while reaching the receiver, so then it will encounter the noise, whatever it is there in the environment. So that's why we need to detect the signals, so in the noisy environment, so that the minimum detectable signal also can able to detect by the receiver system. That's how we need to consider this noise and set the threshold to receive in that noisy environment whatever the signal we want to receive. So this is one of the example where we encounter maximum time the noise. Okay, and also if we come to the importance of the noise, so that is why we need to study the noise characteristics. So now if I take any component, that is microwave component or any component or any device, so if I impinge the noise externally, then what is the behavior of the component, whether it is withholding that noise and it is giving the better signal output the better signal or not. Even the noise itself, it will generate inside the device or inside the unit. So whatever the noise source, whether it is impinging externally or whether it is generated inside, so the system performance will degrade. Okay, so our device performance will degrade. So because of that, we need to ensure that whether the noise is whether it is degrading the performance of the device or system. So we need to take, so while design process itself, we need to consider those noise consideration. And also this noise consideration will actually ensure in the matching networks and even in the amplifier design, wherever you go in the active networks or passive networks. So this noise consideration will take in the design process itself, and we are going to so make the system to work or device to work under the some noise consideration. So if it is again exceeds, again we need to take care, so while design process itself. So now after this, so whenever we take different types of noise or what are all the noise, how we can able to extract those the signal in the presence of noise. So this generally noise is in the random in nature, so that we know already even in the signal processing. So we have processed that noise signal and we are going to get better signal whatever at the receiver side. So before that, we need to define what is actually this noise. So how we can define this noise and what are all the parameters need to be considered, so while designing the network under this noise consideration. So if I take the noise definition, okay, so this noise definition generally will take it as unwanted signal. Okay, unwanted signal, or we can take it as spurious signal. Okay, so unwanted signal or spurious signal. So these unwanted signals are even the noise which is in the nature, random nature, and it will generate in the electronic components. So whenever there is so either you externally it will generate, or through the external the signals which is like electromagnetic radiation, or it may generate internally. Okay, so this as I said, since the noise will represent in a random nature, okay, so we will consider what are the noise, that mean voltage of the noise. Okay, first we will consider some of the properties, that is what are all the properties of this noise, so that we can able to so suppress this noise at the receiver side. So what are all the statistical properties of this noise, if you know, then we can able to so suppress that. So now what all these properties means, the first one is the noise value, so the mean value of the noise, so that will represent it as Vn. Okay, the mean value of the noise signal. So if you take over some period, so this will be always gives 0. Okay, so that is, so whenever I take some period, okay, so some time t tends to infinity and t1 to t1 plus t over some time period, so this will be, so it will give 0 value. So that is, so whenever you take some time period, this noise, the mean value of the noise, so whatever this Vn dash will consider it as mean value of noise, and this Vn of t is the instantaneous value. So at any time you can take, so anytime if you take the value of the noise, that is the instantaneous value. Okay, so this is what the mean value of the noise. This is one of the property we are going to take that. So generally we will use the power. So whenever in practical systems if you take, so generally we use the noise as in terms of power, how much noise power it is coming to the receiver, or how much noise power it is generating in the device. So generally we will take the noise power. So now how we can calculate from this mean value of the noise? So we can able to calculate what is the noise power. Okay, so if we take the mean square of this, that is Vn square. Okay, so the mean value, the square of this mean value. So if I take, so then we can have this equation, which is, so t tends to infinity, t1 to t1 plus t, so that is Vn of t square. Okay, so this is into dt if I take, so here also it is dt. So this will give actually the constant value. So if I take the square of this, so we can also tell this square of the mean value, square of mean value of noise. Okay, so this is the constant value, and this the mean square value. So generally we will take it as the power in terms of the if you take any simple example, if I take the power through any resistor, so what is the voltage difference, and we will take that value of the resistance. If I take 1 ohm, so we can generally take that power as V square by R. Okay, so that is in the general case. So generally that power relates to square of the voltage. Okay, so here if I take the noise voltage, so that generally it will relates to the power. So even if I take the root of this, okay, so that is, we will call it as root mean square value of that. Okay, so that we can write it as Vn of RMS value. So that is root mean square value. So that will give square root of Vn square. So that's how we will calculate the root mean square value. So with respect to this noise, we will take this noise value of the signal, and we can compute the RMS value of the noise. Okay, so now this RMS, so generally this concept, it is directly, it is proportional to the power. So as I said, so this noise power if I take, so this is generally, it is proportional to the square of this noise voltage. Okay, so that's how we will calculate the power of the noise signal. So then we can use that power of the noise signal to next design processes. Okay, so now after this some properties, so we will see what are the sources. As I said here, so generally it is, in general way we have discussed what are the types where it is the noise will going to generate. So in general, what are the sources of noise? So we'll going to see what exactly the sources where it will be generated, that is sources of noise. So the first one is thermal noise, or we can say that Nyquist noise. So the Nyquist proposed the model, or we can say Johnson noise. So this thermal noise, so generally it will be due to the vibration of the bound charges. Okay, the thermal vibration of bound charges. Okay, so this will generate due to thermal vibration of the bound charges in any passive or active devices or networks. Okay, so generally we can take, if I go on increasing the temperature of some device, so generally it will going to, so in the device the charge will going to vibrate. So due to the increase in the temperature, so that will generate the thermal noise. And second one, so it is the short noise, or even we can take it as the Schottky noise, that is, we can say in the diode kind of thing. So wherever the charge barrier it is there, or the junction it is there, so there it will going to generate. Okay, so this is caused by the random processes. Okay, so random processes of the discrete charges. Okay, so the random process of discrete charges, so in any junction or solid state device. So in general you can take in any solid state devices. Okay, so like even you can take the PN junction diode, okay, or you can take the transistor. So this noise which will generate in the solid state devices where there will be a junction kind of thing. So this random process of discrete charges will produce the noise. So now the third one is the flicker noise. So this you might have seen in your TVs and all, okay, and also it will be generated in the cathode ray tube, and it is called it as 1 over f noise. That is generally it is dependent on the frequency, so that's why it is called as 1 by f noise, okay, the flicker noise. So this will be generated due to the small vibration of the current flow, okay, small vibration of current flow. So that will generally occur whenever there is a random injection or recombination of the charge carriers at any interface, like as I said, any interface like metal dielectric interface or metal, other kind of interfaces. So there we will be having the charge carrier recombination, that is metal semiconductor or metal dielectric. So this kind of interfaces, there will be a charge recombination. So while that process, in that process it will going to generate the noise. And also similarly we can have the random changes in the cathode ray tubes, wherever the emission of electronic charges or electric charges, which will happen in the cathode ray tube, that will going to generate the noise. So that is electric charge emission in cathode ray tubes. So there also it will be, because of this, the noise will going to generate. So these are all some of the sources of noise, and it is, as I said, it is dependent on frequency. So this noise which will be very much higher when we go to the lower frequencies like 500 kilohertz and all. So it will going to low at the higher frequencies, because as the frequency increases, generally that noise will going to reduce in this particular case, okay. So this is what the sources of noise. So now if I take the just simple analysis of this thermal noise, okay, so if I take the thermal noise analysis, so if I take the first case, how the thermal noise which can be analyzed. So let us take a resistor which is connected to a two-port network, okay. So this is a two-port network, assume this as a two-port network, okay, and the resistor which is connected here, okay. So now generally, if I increase the temperature, because of the temperature rise, the vibration of the atoms or charges which will happen, due to that there will be a noise which is generated by this the resistor, okay. So generally we write the noise power in terms of this, whatever the two-port network bandwidth. So say for example, if we have the network bandwidth B, at particular temperature, there will be a noise, okay. So then we can calculate that noise power in terms of this equation, which is KTB. So now where K is the Boltzmann constant, okay. So where K is the Boltzmann constant, and this value is 1.37 into 10 power minus 23 joule per Kelvin, okay. And T is the temperature of this resistor, okay, and B is the bandwidth of the network, okay. So now if you plot this whatever KT value, okay, over the frequency, okay, so this will be a constant value at all the frequencies. So this is what the noise per bandwidth, the ratio of noise over the bandwidth, it will be the value of KT will be a constant, okay. So now if you take that, because of that noise power, which does not depend on the center frequency, because here why it is constant means this does not depends on any center frequency or any one frequency, only it will depend on the over the range of frequency or over the bandwidth, okay. So that's why it is called as white noise. So whatever the noise generated by this resistor, which is called as white noise. So now if we reduce the bandwidth, so generally this power is also going to reduce. So you can see the relation. So if the bandwidth reduces, the noise power is also going to reduce. Or if I increase the bandwidth, so the noise power will going to increase. But generally if I increase the bandwidth to infinity, is it possible to get noise power infinity? So that is practically impossible. So only this equation, so which will be applicable up to 1000 gigahertz. Okay, so this equation which is only applicable to 1000 gigahertz. Okay, so that is what the noise, thermal noise analysis. So now if I take a noisy model of any resistor, okay, so if I take the noisy model, okay, so our noise model of any noisy resistor, okay, so if I take any resistor, okay, which is a noise resistor, that is this resistor will going to generate a noise. Okay, how we can represent this resistor with the equivalent noise voltage? So that we can represent like this. So that is the Vn, which is RMS value of the noise voltage, along with the resistor which is having a, so the resistor which is at temperature 0 Kelvin, 0 degree Kelvin. So this is how we can represent this equivalent, so model of a noisy resistor. We can represent the resistor at temperature 0 degree with the, so the RMS value of the noise voltage. So this is how we can represent the, so the model of a noisy resistor. So this is at any temperature. So this resistor which is having at any temperature, but we can represent that in terms of the noise voltage and with the resistor at 0 degree Kelvin. Okay, so this is what the noise model of noisy resistor. And if you assume the resistor value, so which is independent of temperature, okay, so if I take any resistor which is independent of temperature, so then we can represent the noise power. Okay, so if I take the resistor which is at 0 degree, which is equal to Rn, that is independent of temperature. So both, if it is independent of temperature, then these both resistors will be equivalent. Okay, if it is the case, okay, so then we can take, so under matched condition, the noise power we can take it as Vn square RMS value divided by 4 times Rn. Okay, so this is what we can take at any temperature, or the resistors at any temperature which is equal, so we can equate it. So now if we take this equation 1 and equation 2, both are noise powers. If I equate those noise powers, so then we can write KTB which is equal to Vn square RMS divided by 4 times Rn. So then you will get the RMS value of the voltage, so which is equal to, so 4 times KTB into Rn, or we can write the noise voltage of this, so the model which we can write 2 root of KTB into Rn. So now we can see here the noise voltage is directly proportional to the resistor, that noisy resistor. Okay, so now if I increase the resistance value, definitely the noise voltage will going to increase. And also it depends on the bandwidth. If I go on increasing the bandwidth, so it will be having a more noise. And also we can see here, so the bandwidth, if it is less, then definitely there will be a less noise. That means the narrow band amplifiers will always generate less noise. And also we can say the cooler devices, or temperature which is less, the devices which is having a less temperature, those also produces less noise compared to the higher temperature, which is the devices which is having a higher temperature. Okay, so this is about the, so noise model. And even you can calculate what is the power values of this. Okay, if I take this the example, somebody shares that. ಮೇಡಮ್ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಹೋಯ್ತಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.